Hey there, good morning. Thanks for dropping by. Just getting the camera set up so you can actually see me. Seems like the sound's working. You can see my hands. So we are about to get started. It is 5:52 a.m. and it is time for our morning routine. For those of you who are watching, my name is Toby. I am 41 years old and I train to live an active, self-sufficient and adventurous life. I do so by minding what I sleep, how much I sleep, minding what I eat, showing up to do some training, generally living an active life, and trying to stay connected with my friends and communities, and generally trying to have things to do that I enjoy doing and living a stress-free life. So those are things you're interested in. We can connect here on this channel and discuss all those little insights about life and living and health and lifestyle. This is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. I would like to feel fit, capable, and competent for life and for living and for doing things. And that is why I do all the things that I do. In terms of health and fitness, I would like to live long, stay healthy and happy for all the years that I have. Stay self-sufficient, stay active, stay capable, fit, capable and competent for whatever life is going to throw at me. All right? That is the main reasons why I've developed this habit of every minute, every day, before waking up, after waking up, because before we wake up, I'm doing one thing, which is that I'm sleeping, that I come down here and we do some working out, get that heart rate up, build some muscle, build some strength, conditioning, and generally just make a tiny investment in being healthy. And for the people on the vertical stream, thanks for dropping by, saying hi, King Zenit. Thanks for dropping by, I appreciate that. Hop over to my channel on the horizontal stream, which is the one that has really good sound. And thanks for dropping by and watching. I appreciate that. So, what are we going to do this morning? We are going to be working with Kettlebell. We're going to start with the Kettlebell flow, which is a deadlift, a row, clean, press, and squat, and back down. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat, and back down. And try to get at least 5 in on the minute. That's 4. And this is only within 8 kilo. Because we're trying to do some conditioning here. Right? All right. From there, I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to do 10 swings. Very nice. And we're going to alternate that. Right? So we're going to do that flow 5 times. We're going to do those swings 10 times. And this is all very light, and I'll explain to you why I'm doing a light kettlebell. It's because I injured my back 2 months ago. It's actually the first time in 2 months that I'm doing kettlebell swings again. Because I feel that we are slowly but surely moving in the right direction physically. And that my body is capable of doing more and more. And that I can bring some more challenges back to my body. Again, they're going for the swings. We could do more, we could do less, but it's the first 10 minutes of a 30-minute workout. So let's just be mindful and build up slowly. We have to do 30 minutes of work after all. Kettlebell swing. And this is not the only thing that we're doing, because after this we're going to be doing push-ups and squats. Specifically split squats. So we have sufficient challenges here this morning. Okay? That was the second set done. Getting ready for the third set. This is just really basic kettlebell program. Obviously, you can do more repetitions of the flow, more swings. It increases the workload, and that in turn makes the workout more challenging, if we would so desire. And I've got a whole series on specifically this combination of 10 20-minute workouts with this flow and the kettlebell swing on my program. But hey, let's talk about health and fitness, because there's obviously a reason why I am confident that my back can handle kettlebell swings again, right? And the reason is that I, for the first time in a long time this week, joined a judo class. I think if you've been on the channel before, you may know that I work out and train every day, that I have long-term health and fitness goals, but that I also have a fondness for martial arts. Fourth set coming up, because I used to do them in my teens and early 20s, and now as an adult, I've always put off re-participating in that in favor of other things. But I've had the intention of getting back into it for years. And now as I've turned 41 and I am active and fit, I figured this would be as good a time as any. And boy, I can tell you that it was fun, but that doesn't matter how out of shape you're in. When grown men start fighting you, as in trying to wrestle you to the ground, and you have to wrestle back the forces exerted on you, are something else. And you need to get used to that. And you need to be humble enough to appreciate the level of fitness someone going into a 3-4 minute bout of judo has to be in, and why they also always try to finish quicker rather than later. And 10 swings. So that also puts health and fitness that can be gained from training at home into perspective, right? All of this is preparation for things that are happening in the other 23 and a half hours. That happen in the other 23 and a half hours of the day. Right? Going to do the next cycle, which is push-ups and squats. And again, for anyone watching, hola from Chile, hola back, thanks for by. For anyone watching on this vertical stream, go ahead over to the horizontal stream if you're interested. I have better sound on there. And I appreciate your own by and saying hi, Roberto. I hope you're doing well. Navy SEALs. Those will always get to you. And if you're watching, go ahead, hit like, subscribe, so I know I need to be creating more videos. And since there are 13 of you watching, maybe a couple more on the other stream, 10 likes would be absolutely amazing. All right, 10 more subscribers would be even cooler. Okay. Kettlebell, clean, squat. Here you go. 10 times, challenging the body to keep us upright. That's one side. Now we're going to do the other side. And the clean is how I injured my back, by the way. So I have to be extra mindful, even with lightweight, and see how this feels But at the moment, this feels fine. Then we're going to move from the squats into kettlebell halos. All right. Now we've got 4 minutes of a circuit, which is a slightly different circuit than what we would have usually, but nonetheless effective. Also, having been to a judo class again for the first time in a long time, puts into perspective the soreness that one can feel after a new challenge. So, soreness aside, when I talk about health, fitness, and longevity, right, which is more than just kettlebell. Kettlebell is a form of strength and conditioning training. But when we talk about longevity, we talk about sleep, we talk about food, we talk about training, yeah, we talk about connection, community, and contribution, right? Which I just call connection. And we talk about hobbies and mastery. And something like judo is a skill to master. It's a good hobby to have. It's a time investment in yourself, your own development. There's a community there that you become a part of. So you're connecting to other people. I should be able to bring those up to 10 at some point in my life again. Right? Plus, it's activity, movement. It's sport and play. Right? It is training in a way. There's judo training, but there's aim, there's play. You're using your body. Even though you're training specific techniques, that has less to do with your general strength and conditioning programs and more to do with the skill of judo. I think it's important to keep that in mind and to realize that one sport every week can help you fit all of those things into 1 hour. It doesn't need to be a day-long commitment, right? We have other things to do. Family, work, stuff around the house. So, what I'm trying to say is that 1 hour of your week can probably check multiple boxes if you're smart about it. And it's going to help just generally improve our health, fitness, and longevity. Doesn't always have to be 5 a.m. with the kettlebells, even if that is what you prefer. As above all, health fitness is incredibly personal. So we need to figure out what works for us. And that is what we want to do. More of halos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. Second set done. On to the third set. So that's where I'm at with my thoughts on health and fitness. What about you? Let me know in chat, either vertically or horizontally on my channel. Go by, hit like, subscribe. If you're watching, that would be very much appreciated. Because I think it's an important conversation to have, especially for boys and men, since there's so much nonsense out there about health and fitness at different ages. Let's see. Amritz, thanks for dropping by. Appreciate that. 13 of you still watching. That's amazing. I appreciate you dropping by, saying hi. Same here on the other stream. If you want to, hop over to the horizontal stream, but even better, just go over to my channel, hit subscribe, so you get all the updates, and you also get the update on the podcast I make about health, fitness, and longevity. All right? And Amritz, as always, it is good to see you on the chat. And for everyone watching, I hope you're doing well where you're at in the world. 10 squats. Let's go. Them legs, man. That's one thing. Whew. All right. Almost 3/4 of the way there. Then we're going to move on to a podcast. Oh, halos. 5 more minutes. Then it's going to be done. That's going to be the workout for this morning. I hope that was good and useful. Feels good for me. Slowly ramping up the intensity. Slowly getting a bit more done. And also seeing the results in my day-to-day life. Like I said, running around and climbing. Running around and wrestling other guys on the judo mat. Put into perspective where my fitness actually is at. And also that there are, again, different modalities in which health, fitness, strength, mobility are important, right? So, final round, friends. Let's go. Seals. Should probably push that to 10 next week. Just because that is a nice number. Yeah, I'm sweating. That's a good sign. We're here for it, right? So hey, look. In a world where 50% of people carry around excess weight, yeah. That is the case in most of the West, despite the best efforts over the last 30, 40 years. That means that for you and for me, the risk of carrying excess weight, of overeating, of developing preventable diseases related to that specific condition is very real, right? The chances are greater that you will than that you won't. And I think that is absolutely key in us coming to terms with the challenges of modern life. It is far more likely that we're going to be overweight, and it is likely that the habits that have brought us to accumulate all that extra weight are the same habits that are going to lead us down a path where we develop certain health outcomes. You want to talk about that some more? Hop over to the podcast. Friends, I appreciate you dropping by and saying hi, and take 1 minute to catch our breath. Remember, this is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. I want to feel fit, competent, and capable for an adventurous life. We're good just the way we are today. It's the person we are today. It's going to get us to where we want to be tomorrow, so we've got to love ourselves before we can move on. A bit of kindness is going to go a long way, alright? There are enough people out there who want to put us down, so we lift ourselves up. And the only way to get anything done, friends, is by showing up and doing the work. I'm going to sit here. for a few more seconds, give you a chance to hit like on either of the streams, hit subscribe on either of the streams. Go check out my channel. I'm trying to hit 3,000 hours of watch time. So if you want to watch a minute of any of my videos, that would be greatly appreciated. There might be something there for you. And I look forward to catching up with you next time. All right, friends? Thanks a lot. And see you tomorrow. Bye. And remember, friends, subscribe.